Ronaldo broke Scottish hearts last night. Ali Mccoist, though, he was keen to respond this morning, and obviously Ali Mccoist has already been heartbroken a few times already this season. I feel Ali's pain, but let's dive in to Ali McCoist's comments post Portugal 2, Scotland 1. But before we dive into his, I did the review last night. It was Fia Fishbowl, which is apparently the new gimmick, right? But you know, I thought Portugal would win. I predicted 4-0. Kind of have zero faith in Clark, like most people. But when you're winning for so long and then you're drawing, to lose it so late on, it hurt a bit. And you know what? It's insane because I think it's gone right. I thought he was. I thought the first goal from Fernandez was absolutely horrendous to concede, but he made a bunch of world class saves. So it's like, yeah. How much can you really blame him? Like, if that first, I mean, if the Fernandez shot doesn't go in, do we go on to win that game 1-0? Who knows? But I think Clark, we started playing football again at 1 each, and it's like, why didn't we start playing football at 1-0? Don't understand it, but here, regardless of how good the performances have been against Poland and Portugal, the reality is the results have been awful. So let's dive into it, because Ali McCoist, he was doing the Talk Sport breakfast show, and this is what he had to say. And I quote, "Our record recently is really poor. I think we had one win in 14, but the last two games we've been miles better than we were in Germany at the Euros, which I've got to be honest, wouldn't be hard. It was a bit disappointing. You know what it's like. I'm not nearly as disappointed with the Portugal result and performance as I was with the level of performance in Germany." End of quote there from Ali McCoist, which, here, totally agree. And that's what I said last night in the review. If we put the exact same performances in tonight that we put, like yesterday, if we put the exact same performances in that we've put in the past couple of days against Poland and Portugal and did it at the Euros, a lot of us would have be a lot more positive. The problem is at the Euros we were absolute mince, man, pumped by Germany. Right, we took the lead against Switzerland, but let's not kid ourselves, troops. It wasn't good. Clark is so negative, and because it's a tournament, there's a lot of eyes on us, and he just wants to set up to not concede, even though we conceded plenty. I mean, how many we conceded 7 goals across 3 games, albeit 5-1. But I mean, 5-1 tells the story, man. It's no good enough. Like if you if you were going into the Euros saying you're going to concede a goal each against Switzerland and Hungary, you'd have been like, well, you know what? That's all right, because hopefully we can score at least one to get a draw, or two in one of the two games to get a win. But we didn't create anything, against Portugal. We created quite a lot of opportunities. Obviously, there was more chances created against Poland than there was Portugal. But yeah, I think a draw was probably the fair result last night. Portugal, they should be putting us to the sword with the team they've got. But you know what, we messed up quite a lot in the final third. I thought there was some decision making that really let us down. Meanwhile, though, Aston Villa legend Gabby Agbonlahor, I would not call Gabby Agbonlahor a legend of any kind. Was he a standout player for Villa? Yes. Is he a legend for Aston Villa? No. So I think the article's got that one wrong. But he said, "Ali, I agree. It's easy to come on here and hammer Scotland with a record 1 win in 14, 1 win in their last 8, and that was against Gibraltar. 33 goals conceded in 5 of their last games. They've conceded after the 85th minute. That is the thing that worries me. I thought they played decent against Poland, and last night against Portugal they showed grit and got forward and created some great chances. Let's be honest, you're playing as a Portuguese team that could have had 3 teams out there. At the end of the day, they will look back and say McKenna should be running into the space and he would have cleared it with ease." McCoist then went on to say he was too worried about him, wasn't he? Yeah, and with the record, the Scotland fans may not be happy with the manager. The last 2 games have shown more than they did at the Euros. End of quote. So, again, McKenna, he was more focused on that man right on your screen there, Cristiano Ronaldo, but you just knew he was going to score against this. And it's just, if the Portugal game, right, came at the back of, last season's form or last year's form, we'd all be happy. If you lost to France and England in the way we lost to Portugal, you can half accept. I get the England rivalry. All right, I get it. But we were pathetic in those 2 games, and we were pathetic against Germany, and a lot of other games we were pathetic. But I can sit here and say whatever, but one win out of 14 is no good enough, and it really doesn't matter how we played against Poland and Portugal because when you're getting to that bar of stats, you just need to win games of football. And looks like it's time up, man, for Steve Clark because no one's wanting him sacked because of what happened last night. But the other 13 games, and that's why we want him sacked.